and we're going to do a little bit different. Now Sunday we had a lot of the guys here giving their testimonies and sharing what God had done in their life and what led them to where they didn't really get a lot of time. And Brother Melvin was sick and wasn't able to share. And so what I've asked him to do tonight, is he's going to come and he's going to share with you his story.
It's all right.
And then we're going to open up for questions, for you to ask him questions about what it was like, maybe when he was there, what different things that happened. And we're just going to do, I feel like this is something we just ought to do. Just hearing the testimonies was great of how God saved them, but you know, sometimes it's good to know where God really brought someone from. And to really see what God has done. Melvin, if you would come. Now, I met Melvin when he was 4 and I was 6. And he was raised in my dad's church. Kind of my dad's church for many years. His mother. And, well, we've just known each other forever, really, it seems like. And we're just going to, Melvin, you just sit right here if you want to. Okay. And I want you just to tell us about your life. What you did, what led you to where you went, and some about that.
That's doing my job. Yeah, I was a tow truck driver. And they come and raided the yard, they found 5 stolen cars. And because I told them, I got 9 years in prison. And out of 9 years, I did 11 years. And I did 4 of them years on death row. Because he marked me down as dangerous. The guy that owned the yard didn't do a day in prison. Because I didn't have the money for a good lawyer. It was really rough. The dog, the one sitting back there by me, I met him in prison. And like he said, every yard I was on, I rented the yard. I was in the area of Brotherhood, I gave my girl, but they wanted her, like he said, I rented her. I had guys beat down. When you get in the Brotherhood, it's blood in, blood out. You had to kill people to get in the Brotherhood. I never thought I'd be inside of a church. Never in my life I think I'd be inside a church. Like you said, I was raised with Leonard. He took the right road, I took the wrong road. Made him nothing I'd be proud of. I never thought I'd be inside of a church. I never thought I was going to get out of prison. Prison was my life. Until I met God. I got out of prison, I got a job at the mill. I was still going. I had a brain aneurysm in 2000. The doctors told my wife to call everybody because I wasn't going to make it. There was no way I was going to make it. I woke up, my whole family was beside me. I said, what is everybody doing here? I didn't know what no one went in. And the doctor said, I don't know how you made it. There's no way you should have made it. I said, well, God's got something else for me to do. And that's when I found God. I've been with him ever since. In February of 2018, the shunt they put in my head grew up. I should have made it then, and I'm still here. 2 times my brain grew up, and I'm still here. I should have never made it. So I'm still here with God. I'll never go back to my old ways. The last 3 or 4 weeks, the devil's really been trying me, really been on me, hard, real hard. Got me thinking. So I really need prayers hard. Like you said, you went back to the Hells Angels and all that. The devil really been on me hard to go back to my old ways. And he's fighting me real hard, so I need everybody's help, please. Because he's got me so hard, I don't know what to do, but he's got me thinking so hard.
All right, brother.
He's got my head hurting so bad. I just don't know what to do sometimes. But I promise God I'll never go back. And I'm sticking to my word as hard as I can. Yeah, the best I can. If I didn't have my girlfriend, I probably would have went back already. She talks me out of it. But I just don't know what to do, man. Sometimes he's bothered me so hard. Does anybody have any questions?
Fair question. Why did they explain the story of the extra 2 years that they gave you?
Because 2 weeks before I got out, a guy got killed. And they said that I did it. It took me 2 years fighting to prove to them I didn't do that. They said, well, you know who did it because you ran the yard. But they didn't have to tell somebody you're getting killed. Just because the guy came up to me and asked me, he owes me $100, what can I do about that? I said, what's your heart tell you to do? My heart tells me to kill him. I said, well, do it. I said that, so just try to give me 25 to life for that. But I had to go to court and fight it to prove to them I didn't kill the guy. It took me 2 years fighting it. I went in 86 and got out in 97. Back then, prison was prison. Now I know more games. Don't care to know. But that's why I did the extra 2 years. Back then we got to wear our own clothes. We didn't have them more jumpsuits like you have. But they did take everything away from us. Now you can't have them. You got to buy everything from them. Back then we got to wear our own clothes. We got our TVs and stuff sent in from the streets. Now you got to buy them in prison. And when I was on death row, I didn't have no TV. And when you're on death row, they don't even have a window. You can't even see outside. When I walked down the death row, and I walked out in the wintertime and got a sunburn. That's how long I was in there. I was still white. Couldn't believe it. They were supposed to keep you in there 90 days. I was in there 4 years. Anybody ever ask me anything?
I got a question. Was you in level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4?
I was in level 5.
For those who don't know, tell us what a level 5 is.
Level 5 is super maximum. Super maximum is in penitentiary. That means you can't go anywhere. You're stuck inside the yard all the time.
But you have 1 hour of exercise a day?
Not even that.
Not even that?
Not even that. 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
30 minutes.
You don't get to go outside 30 minutes?
No, you got to go inside the dog cage.
Oh.
And then it's all cemented in. You got a piece of steel at the top of the cage. Can't go nowhere.
You just get a little sunshine.
Don't even get that. There's a piece of steel over the top of the cage.
Oh, okay.
It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, you get to go outside and work. 2, you get to go outside and work. 3, you do what you have, but you got to armed guard with you. 4, you don't get to go out and work. And 5, you don't go nowhere.
You wasn't allowed to go out to work on the work form? Did they have work forms?
Not in 5, only 1s and 2s.
Oh.
You got to work yourself down. I got to work myself down to a 3.
Based on points.
Yes.
Based on points. You get so
Good
many points.
good behavior.
If you're good, you get points.
Yes.
If you're bad, you get points added.
Yes.
I don't know what you
I got to work myself down to a 3, but I still got to go outside.
New Jersey, they have,
Hmm?
in prison in New Jersey, they live like kings and queens.
Not here.
Not here. That's why I asked him that.
Not here.
They allow every
Eat 3 1 week.
I got shot with one of the bean bags and broke my ribs. My ribs on this side. I got pins in my feet from so many rides. And because I got out in 97, I worked until 2000 when I had the brain aneurysm. But Social Security only goes back the first 10 years. So I didn't even get to speak to Social Security because they only went back 10 years.
That, one guy was talking about SMU2.
That's what it is.
Yeah, explain that.
SMU2 is death row. When you got to go medical and stuff, you back up to a little trap door, you handcuff your hands behind your back, They opened the door about this much, for the guard to put his hands in. They handcuffed your feet. They put that chain that you had around your belly. They handcuffed your feet to your belly, up to that chain. They handcuffed your hands to that chain. And then they opened the door and let you out.
Have you seen TV?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's when you transport you anywhere. You know where you go. That's how you go. When you go to medical or anywhere else.
Did you have any kind of work they had for you?
They have what?
Any kind of work for you to do?
Nope.
No?
No. The only thing you get to read in there is the Bible. You don't get nothing else.
No reading or nothing?
Just
Nothing.
the Bible.
You can't have no books with staples in them because guys try to stab the guard with them. They soak them in their poop and stuff and stab the guard with the staples with it.
I worked level 3, level 4, and MA trust. Did you have canteen?
And 3s and 4s, yes. If you have people from the streets sending you money. I didn't have nobody doing that for me. What I got is what I got from the inmates on the yard that way. For me, extortion.
In level 5, you didn't get candy.
You
No little store.
didn't get nothing.
Yeah. Did you have any family come visit?
My sister come once in a while. Not very often, but once in a while. I got to visit about once a year.
Did a chaplain come in?
Yes, once in a great while. On level 5, you got to send it in a,
Request?
yes, a request. And then if they felt like letting them in, they would. If they come up to your cell, they didn't let you out. One,
How large was the cell?
4 by 4. This is enough room for your
This
bed.
bed. One bed down the side.
One bed by the side, by
A
the
toilet with a wash basin and everything on the other side. What was the mattress like? And was it plastic?
No, it's a carpet
It was cotton.
with plastic on it.
Kind of like military.
Cotton and plastic?
Yes.
And you got a wool blanket?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like sleeping on a steel. They were
Was it
good.
damp in there?
Huh?
Was it damp in there? Cold?
It was fun.
They take your belt away?
You couldn't have nothing.
Didn't have anything.
No, you
If your
said,
pants were a little big, you had to tie them up.
take them off, or your bottles.
They did it.
You have nothing.
That's right.
Nothing metal, right?
Nothing. No shoestrings, no nothing. Shower shoes.
Yeah. Slippers.
That's it.
Did they double bunk you?
What's that?
Did they double bunk you?
Oh no, not level 5. Oh no. Didn't have nobody in you to kill.
4 by 4.
It's actually 5 by 5.
Did you go to the church?
No,
None at all?
no. You tried to hide this in your Bible. That's all the church got. What's that?
Did they let you shower?
Once in a great while. Because they had to chain you up and stuff. And then when you got a shower, you got one hand free. Right in your bed.
One of the worst Harvard criminals.
Stainless steel. Everything stainless steel. And your water right above your toilet.
There's a regular toilet, stainless steel toilet, and your sink was on top of the toilet.
Huh?
So you brush your teeth over there and into the bathroom.
Stainless steel.
Sink was built on the top of the tower.
Because most of them
It didn't have a steel.
We had
Little sink on the top. So you couldn't, there was no
Neil.
plumbing exposed. You had to drink
Maybe you
water.
could expand a little bit on some of the things that you see happening there.
Well, I seen a guy get killed 54 times, got stabbed over $1 pack of cigarettes.
Huh?
How did you meet Jesus, Melvin?
Who?
Jesus. How did you meet Jesus?
When I had my brain aneurysm, I didn't die, and I should have died. The doctor told me I should have been dead a long time ago. I said, God must have something else for me to do.
And you accepted him
And I
in your
said,
heart?
Jesus, right then. I should have died, and I
That
should
was a
have died.
good move, huh?
Yes, it was. Best move I ever made in my life. And then I was just sitting there thinking, when he said he covered up all his political ink, I said, well, maybe that's why God won't let my headaches go away, but I still got all my ink.
I don't think that has anything to do with that.
And I said, well, no, because he just covered his up. He still got it. It's just covered up.
No.
If I get rid of mine, I'm going to have to take it off. That way it's gone.
Yeah, that's,
No.
you know, God don't require you to remove all that stuff, because He's
No.
forgiven you of it.
Well, yeah. If he didn't, I wouldn't do it.
That's right.
I accepted God. Like I said, the devil's been after me real hard for the last 3 or 4 weeks.
He's been after you hard because he knows you was gonna tell your story and he didn't want you to.
Well,
He
I
wanted
don't
to
care.
shut you up.
Did they do your laundry?
We had to do our own laundry in the kitchen sink. We do brush our teeth and drink water all over. And hang it up on the side of the bed. Half the time I was in that cell naked.
They didn't give you no changing clothes, you just,
They don't give you nothing. When
so
you're
you
level
had to
5,
wear
you
those, what you had on,
That's right.
all
you
the
had to
time?
wash it and hang it on the bunk to let it dry. And we had to stand it there naked.
Was you a number 5 when you went in?
No, I was a 3 when I went in. I was a 5 before I got off the bus.
You made somebody mad.
Yeah, I made a whole bunch of people mad.
But you make Jesus happy now.
No, yes. I'm making the devil real mad.
That's right. That's right.
The devil's underneath my feet. He's going to stay underneath my feet.
That's
I
right.
don't care what I got to
That's
do.
right.
He's been bugging me and bugging me and bugging me. I don't care how bad he's bugging me. The devil stay away from me. I'm telling you again, I'm in Jesus' house. I'm going to stay in Jesus' house. So get underneath my feet and stay there. I don't want
That's
you.
right.
Get away from me.
Big old.
That's right.
Remind him of his future.
That's why you like me.
I got my cross right here. I kiss every single day he bugs me. He tells me, get away from me. I love Jesus. I'm washing the blood of Jesus. I mean, to stay away from me.
Amen.
You gotta tell him like Jesus told the devil, get thee behind me,
That's right.
keep him behind you. Don't never let him get in front.
He never will.
Never.
Never again. I said to Jesus so many times and went back to him. And I was trying again, but
Uh-huh,
he never worked so hard. Just
uh-huh,
never had to work so hard like this last time.
uh-huh.
Yes.
Was your food any different than the others?
Well, it's slop.
They got all the same meals, but it's just,
It's slop.
It's
it ain't nothing right home about.
No, it ain't.
Well, she said,
Was the food any good?
I didn't hear that.
Was the food any good?
Was the food the same as what other inmates got?
Yeah, all the food's the same, but it's slop.
Yeah, everybody got the same, they do that.
They have 150-gallon drums to cook all of them.
Huh.
Every prison in the state of Arizona gets served the same thing every meal. Private wise or otherwise, everybody gets the same meal.
Just eats catered in.
Did they give you a utensil with your meal?
Yes,
A spoon fork?
yes,
A spoon made it looks like a fork.
yes, plastic. And they better go out with the tray. Try to go come in and shoot you. Believe me, I tried it. I tried to steal a spoon from my dog.
Did you say it's plastic?
Yes, it's like you get, you buy a plastic spoon and forks for picnics. It's like you.
Pork.
Melvin, what was it, tell the people, tell us, what was it like the first time you went in there and you heard that door slam behind you? What was the feeling? What went through your mind?
Death. I'm gonna die in here. It's a loud sound, real loud sound,
It's a loud sound, isn't it?
real loud. Goes.
And what did you think?
It's never gonna open again.
Never gonna open again.
Nope, but all you hear then is just a trap door. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that trap door opens. Anybody else?
You got a good story to tell people
Yes, I do.
that,
Now, I was in 17 rides.
Wow.
that's a good story to tell.
That's how I got hit, that's how I got hit with the beanbag.
It's good to tell young
Yeah.
people that also.
Oh, yeah.
Have a good
I
story.
like going to schools to tell the kids.
Yes, amen.
Melvin, you have a good story, and I want you to know, I appreciate you.
Yes.
Thank you.
What you do.
Amen.
I appreciate everybody.
I appreciate what you're doing up there right now.
Yes.
I appreciate everybody in here for accepting me.
You are loved.
Thank you.
Yes.
And everybody in here. I love everybody in here. Most of all, I love Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Amen.
We're already shot.
Right here in my ribs, back of my neck, my face here. Everybody can get me, they got me. And then they handcuff my hands behind my back, handcuff my feet, handcuff my hands and my feet, pick me up like a suitcase to carry me off.
There's a lot of difference in different prisons, though, aren't
Oh yeah,
there? Yeah.
Florence is the worst.
Some are
Mhm.
more lenient,
Yeah,
more up to date, and others are more like you're talking about.
yeah, Florence is the worst.
My brother was in prison.
Yeah, the walls is the
Yeah,
worst.
he was in federal prison.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's where my son's at right now.
Yeah, 11th work. Yeah. They had quite a lot of privileges in there to be able to.
Yeah, 50 show.
Yeah.
Were you able to eat when you come out, regular food, when you came out of prison?
It is hard. He plugged me up quite a bit. But it was good.
Did you lose your teeth or?
Yeah, lost all my teeth. I got false teeth. You get pretty good in there. Baseball bats, mop ringers, mop buckets, whatever they could grab.
Shanks.
Yeah, shakes.
Make their own shanks.
I'm lucky I never got shakes.
For number ones or twos, what kind of work did they do?
They got to do everything. They got to go outside, no guards, just got to walk out the gate and go.
What,
Janitorial work, gardening work.
Anything.
Kitchen work.
Walking down the highway.
Oh, they had
Oh, they
gardens or anything like
No,
that?
once.
Yeah, the gardens. They had big gardens. They had big gardens.
They bust them out.
They go outside.
They'll bust them out. Yards are
I wasn't that lucky.
yeah, when I worked at Chuckawalla was a level 1, level 2. Now, I worked outside the fence. I worked outside the fence for almost 19 years. And the inmates that was in my building were level 1, level 2. They would, because we had inmate trust, they would come in and clean our office. And the girls would have to shut down all the computers in order for the inmates to clean. We had the cleanest restrooms in the whole wide world. They cleaned restrooms 3-4 times a day.
But it was something to do, right, Melvin?
Yep, that's the way it is here too.
You looked at it like it's something to do other than sit in the cell and stare at the wall.
That's what they did. I didn't have that privilege.
Did they let you have any reading material besides?
Yeah, when you get down lower to a 3, if you get down to a 3 and stuff, you do.
Oh,
But 4s and 5s couldn't have the staple.
Only the Bible.
Couldn't have hardback Bible reading, right?
Yeah, you could have to,
It had softback,
yeah, saltback Bible.
softback
Yeah,
Bible.
yeah,
You know, the Gideons had the Bible with the hardback.
yeah.
They couldn't have those, we had to give them paperback Bible.
Back.
yeah, that's the one I got.
Now you can use them.
That's what I got.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's what I got. I've had it all them years.
And they tear the front page or the back off it?
No, the Bible I got right now, that's where I got it at. I brought that home with me.
That's what they would do with the hardback Bibles.
The
Yeah.
hardback, right.
Yeah.
Make-
Yeah, because I know we used to send them to the prison, we had to take the, I said, what is that?
Can't have no hardback.
Yeah.
No.
Use it as a weapon.
Yes, yes.
Then they got 95 roll of paper.
Oh.
They take a styrofoam cup and a cigarette lighter or a match
Yep.
cup.
No styrofoam.
Yeah, styrofoam cup, and the
Well, that's-
shape of that knife, and you could take that and stab somebody with it.
Yep, yep.
Wow.
No antennas, and you could zip on those antennas.
We have rice and beans every day?
They ain't pretty good.
Oh,
You can make a lot of things in prison. You'd be surprised.
what?
Yep, you'd be surprised.
Wow.
Never underestimate convicts' mind. You'd be surprised.
A lot of chick turkey casket.
Did you see in the paper where this prisoner, he was out in the yard and someone on the outside brought a drone in and landed inside the prison, and he had dope and
Yep.
cell phone
And
in
it
there.
dropped it.
You'd be
dropped
surprised.
his cell phone and
You'd be surprised how many guards bring stuff in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the girls bring it in their mouth and they kiss the man and it transfers it.
Well, they bring stuff into visitation all the time. That's all the dope is out of the
put
yard.
it in their body too.
Well, I can name my experience in the state of California. Did they go through your mail and read it?
Yep. You should do.
Every letter
Yep.
is open and read before it goes to the
Yes,
inmate.
it is.
It's also read before it goes back out. If it says
If you're
something
under
that they don't want it
if you're
to,
under
they'll block it
investigation.
out.
Yeah.
If you're under investigation,
They'll black it out.
if it's under investigation, be stamped under
If it
investigation.
has to do, if it's gang related, they also link it with drugs.
Yep. Yep.
And they're checking for all of
Now your stamps are taken off the mail too.
Mm-hmm.
Because they put drugs in
them.
the
Releasing the drugs.
Releasing with
LSD,
Yep.
heroin,
They
yeah.
started taking the stamps off of them. They were doing that when I was working
They
there.
started to do the letters in it now. You have speed and put water on it, and put it on the letter, and you dry it up.
Yeah,
You dry it up with going on.
Look it up.
yeah, they're doing that again. That's why they start taking them off. They started cutting the lamps off,
Yep.
the stamps off when I worked there.
Yeah, they still are.
Because they put LSD or
Yeah.
pills
Heroin.
underneath it, and they put the stamp on,
Yeah.
inmate put a stamp on it.
You know
Oh,
what-
and
But they never.
Yeah.
So they start cutting them off.
you know what they're doing now? They're starting to get a lawyer's name on the phone book, and get a legal mail, copy a whole bunch of pages, and then in the center of the legal mail, they make it hollow, put it open there, because they can't open legal mail.
They can't
Oh.
open
And shipping it back in. The inmate go get his legal mail, when he gets back in the yard, he takes his binders off, opens it up, and full of dope.
Well, thank God, because you educated me today. Some of these things that I never seen because in New Jersey, they live like kings. And every time you go to visit them, they're happy, you know? Because they were able to have a library too. And the ones that was on death row, they was in another prison.
Yeah,
They bring
that's what it is here.
yeah,
It's,
because it keeps inmates.
Melvin started out with a rough life.
Yes, I do.
His dad was an alcoholic for many, many years.
Can you use a mic, Pastor?
I said Melvin started out his life, his dad was an alcoholic for many, many years. And his mother would come to church, and his dad would, she'd come all beat up, and his dad would beat her up and everything.
Wow.
But you know, he beat him up. But, you know, before he died, just before he died, God saved him after all of these years. And Melvin, but there's one thing about, I've never heard Melvin ever say that I did what I'm doing because of what my daddy did. Melvin has he's taken full responsibility for his actions. And you know what? You don't find a lot of them who do that. They want to blame it on someone. And I talked to his sister the other night, hadn't talked to her in many years. And she said, I am so proud of my brother. And he's coming to church. And she says, as a matter of fact, I just talked to him. And I told him on the phone a while ago, she goes, Melvin, I'm proud of you. Because you know what? His mother raised them all in church. And Melvin is the real, true, living example of what God can do in someone's life. And, I'm pretty proud of him myself when we started communicating a couple years ago. And he was something else. And finally I told him one night, I said, he'd send me instant messages. And man, he was just, well, my brother ran into him and had a conversation with him, and I'm not going to that conversation, but then he started contacting me and started instant messaging me on Facebook. And I could tell he was headed for trouble, serious trouble, to the point where he was ready just to go back to prison, just to hide from the world. That's how bad his life had been. And I said, Melvin, what you need to do right now, I'm sending messages as fast as I can type. I said, you get down on your knees right now, where you're at. And I said, you ask God to come into your life and to help you. About 30 minutes later, he texted me back, said, I did that. And, you know, it just one thing led to another, and now he's here worshiping God with us. So let's give him a hand.
One more question, what kind of work are you able to do now?
None. My head's too bad. Sometimes I get dizzy and fall. I can't think right. I lost a lot of my memory practice. I got to wake up in the morning, I don't remember half this stuff. I got my children remember from a lot of that.
But he does like to draw.
Yes, I look it all.
Well, thank you, Melvin.
Very good outfit.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
You know, when you see this, you know that God can do anything.
Yes.
If you could do this speed, you do it to anybody.
That's right. No, there's no one too hard for God. How he got caught was he was driving a wrecker and his boss was giving him pickup tickets. So he was going out and picking up cars and bringing them in.
In broad daylight.
In broad daylight, he was picking them up. He had a pickup ticket from his boss, so he was picking them up, taking them in, dropping them off. And the police did when they did a raid on the place, there's these 5 stolen cars there, and his boss said he did it. And he said, well, where's the pickup tickets? Well, all of a sudden those pickup tickets disappeared, and he went to prison for 9 years. And when the judge gave him 9 years, he didn't have the privilege of going there on the 65% plan. At that time, it was 65%. The judge said, you will do every day of your 9 years. And so, and guess what? His boss walked free.
But the judge told him when he put him in prison that he was just the scapegoat for the guy that was having to pick him up. And if he would have known then and had a lawyer, he'd probably gotten off.
But you know what? God has a purpose and a reason for everything.
That's right, that's right.
We can't explain it, but you know what?
That's right.
He's here,
Yeah.
and his family are watching the videos, and they see him in service on Sunday mornings.
Yes.
He's a witness to a lot of people.
Amen. That's
Melvin,
right.
thank you for sharing tonight. I just felt like just taking a little time and doing
I
this
enjoy it.
because,
I really enjoy it.
you know, it's one thing to, you know, honor and glory and give him glory for being saved and everything, but sometimes we need to really hear what they were saved from.
Yes, yes.
Just really need to know, because you know what? There's none of us facing anything any
Amen.
harder than what he's faced.
That's right.
That God can't come through.
That's right. That's right.
You know, he can do anything. And I'm just, like I said, just glad that we have that. And in fact, I lived on 29th Avenue, and I lived on 29th Avenue as a kid.
No, we did on 30th.
Well, yeah, when we first met, I lived on 29th down here. Tom Lambert, the one in their parking lot, lived on 29th right across the street from me.
Yeah.
And he lived down the street about 4 houses on 29th Avenue.
Yeah.
So we all grew up together, you know, and to see how that God's bringing people back into my life from then, and seeing them come back, get saved, you know, it's just a great feeling. So anyway, well,
Is there any possibility of getting him in the schools to share his testimony?
we're gonna have to find, I'm gonna talk to Brother Dick has got some information on getting into a school, and I don't know what, I'll have to get Brother Dick, see who we talk to. Sometimes that's feasible, sometimes it's like the schools are like, oh, I wouldn't want them people over here. I mean, that's just the way the school system is, you know, not realizing this is probably the best thing that could happen for some of these kids to
That's
see
right.
and hear.
That's right.
But the schools sometimes don't. We're looking into doing some things like that. And Brother Dick has got an opportunity to work in some schools right now with some kids. So, you know, we're going to look into some of that. But anyway, well, does anybody else have anything?
I forgot to say that I was hanging out with bikers and doing dope and all kinds of things just before I went to prison. There was another C-50 bike from my mom and dad's front yard.
Yeah, I drive down. I'd go to my dad's and I'd drive, my dad just lived 2 blocks over. And my sister lived right next door to him.
Next door, yep.
I'd go to my sister's house and his whole front yard would literally be just like, I'm glad I know him. I'm glad I knew him because I didn't know anybody else and I didn't care to be around them. I mean, it was a pretty frightening scene to get there.
Yes,
And,
yes it was.
and let's see how God just, in His love and His mercy. So, all right, be back Sunday morning. Come expecting God to do something great. And be praying. We had quite a few visitors last Sunday.
Hope they all come back.
Some of them are looking for a church, and let's just pray that God will send them back our way. So if you would stand with us, we're going to be dismissed. And I'm asking Brother Dick to dismiss us in prayer.
Our Lord, we thank you tonight. Thank you for your blessing in our lives. We pray for Melvin now. He can reap the benefits of being a Christian and the fellowship with others, Lord. And what it would be without fellowship. And we're thankful for that. We're thankful, Lord, for us sending your Son to die for us, to deliver us from the curse that was upon our lives. And we just give you thanks tonight, and we just pray you bless us, and we just pray for Sunday, Lord, for a powerful message from you, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.